So we return to the Wankhede Stadium. For the first time after 2011, India is playing a World Cup game there. And coincidentally, the opposition exactly the same that was there at the 2011 World Cup final. Though it's been 12 years, a lot has changed between these two teams as to where they stand right now. That Sri Lankan team deserved to reach the final. That Indian team deserved to reach the final. This Indian team is looking like they should reach the final, but unfortunately can't say the same for the Sri Lankan team.
Yes.
As we welcome Mohit, who's more often than not always joining in late. So what are we looking at? Is it going to be a boring one-sided encounter, or can we get somebody to push India?
Not happening today. Could happen on the 5th. Could. But this Indian team has got a lot of variety and depth, which is why even South Africa challenging them in Kolkata, we are just hoping that it happens. But this Sri Lankan team, no. And remember, this Sri Lankan team is coming off being bundled out for 50 in their previous encounter.
Against India?
Yes. So, remember, one guy who should have been there in 2011 is playing finally in 2023. Angelo Matthews.
He was injured.
Injured.
He was injured.
Yes.
You would also say the same for Rohit Sharma.
Yeah, Rohit and Angelo, two guys who should have been part of 2011, they are now playing in 2023. But
that said, Angelo Matthews is batting too low to my liking, and I'm sure to most people who are watching. You're getting him to bat at number 7? Come on. I was just looking at some of his stats. By the way, if there's one team that you definitely want to play Angelo Matthews against, it is India. He's got 3 ODI 100s, and all 3 have come against India. So he clearly loves playing against this Indian team. He's made a backdoor entry into this World Cup. Can he do that or not? I don't know. But because previously it was different Indian team, different Sri Lankan team. But this Indian team is looking like a wow.
Yeah.
This Indian team is definitely looking like a wow.
yes.
They're looking so beautiful, so elegant also.
So beautiful, so elegant, just looking like a wow.
Wow. Indeed, wow.
Just looking like a wow.
Yeah. So that's why other good teams, say like Australia, New Zealand and England, they have fallen by the wayside. Okay, Sri Lanka might be able to pull off a surprise. They always reserve their best for England. But against India, they have a massive mental block. Haven't won against them on a frequent basis. Asia Cup 50 all out. Coming off a loss against Afghanistan in their previous game, all the momentum has been sapped away.
And the other thing is that apart from how it's a mismatch, you're also playing at the Wankhede. So the one thing that all of you who are going to be watching the game today can look forward to is if India were to win the toss, I suggest they bat first for a few reasons. One, they need to be batting first a few games. It's going to help them get used to doing that. Secondly, if you want to see a run fest, it's best that India bat first because this is a 350, probably even a 400 pitch. If all of you are looking, if you're Virat fans, Rohit fans, and I know a lot of you are, you're looking at 49th and Rohit Sharma getting another 100, adding to his already record of most hundreds in World Cup. All of those things you look forward to. Well, then you would just be hoping, praying that India, whether they win the toss or not is another thing, but India bat first. It could also happen that Sri Lanka win the toss first and put India in. Considering India have been chasing very well, you wouldn't want them to chase and in that sense put them in. So that might just be a blessing in disguise. So India batting first could be your best opportunity for the Virat.
Yes.
49, record equaling 49. You better be ready with the...
It's ready.
Always ready.
It is.
Actually, you're right, because for the main reason that if the fear I have is that if India put Sri Lanka into bat, then they're probably only going to be scoring 49.
No.
I mean, it's already happened.
Yeah, but that can't happen.
This is the same wicket where England South Africa played. And that got to 399.
But England South Africa's batting versus Sri Lanka's batting, I mean,
you will get to 200, 250 at max.
you don't know.
Should Sri Lanka bring in Vellalage? They haven't been playing him. But do you know what he did to India?
But different conditions also. There, the ball was generally turning. Here,
Red soil actually sometimes helps you grip, though it's good for fast bowlers usually, and good for batting, of course. I don't know. Maybe if you're looking at those psychological advantage, and by the way, left arm spinners have been India's Achilles heel. Some prominent batters have kind of struggled.
Yeah.
I agree that conditions are very different. Won't get the same sort of assistance as he got in Colombo at the Khetarama. But here, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, where will you fit him then? You'll have to drop one pacer. That is the only way possible. Rajita, Chamira are playing, and if you have to look at
Angelo, your all-rounder.
yeah, but he
Madhu
won't
Shankar
bowl.
you can't drop.
Madhu Shankar can't drop.
He's
Even your best
undroppable.
pacer,
He's actually the best pacer with about 13 wickets.
and he's a left armer. So
And he's a left arm.
No, and if I'm not mistaken, he troubled us in the Asia Cup also, UAE.
Yeah.
he was the one who got rid of Virat for a duck.
Yeah, I remember that Asia Cup game. It was
Yeah.
very good. That's how India lost that game.
Yes. So that is why I don't know where Vellalage will fit in. Unless you drop somebody like a Charita Salanka. Maybe then and only then, because they are also like for like in a way, spin bowling all-rounders. Charita Salanka and Iyer. You are picking Dhananjay.
But he's also doing nothing, by the way.
He also
Dhananjay De
That can be
Silva.
said about a lot of their players. Not that.
But Charit more with the bat. Given what we saw in the Asia Cup as well, you trust Asalanka much more with the bat, which I think he retains his place in the side.
Yeah, that's the reason. So I don't know. Vellalage, very difficult to fit him in. Unless it's a ranked turner.
He got what,
It's not.
49 against India?
He got a 40, but he took 5 wickets, remember, in that game.
Yeah.
So 5 for 40, and he took, I think he scored a 42, if I'm not mistaken, Vellalage in that game. So
And it's not a ranked turner. Pitch reports suggest that flat track, same track which was used incidentally in that England South Africa match, and it's got a bit of shine on it, which means not breaking down at all.
Plenty of runs.
So runs,
Runs,
lots of runs.
yes.
Which also means that in terms of India's 11, no changes going to be happening there. Had it been a turning track, you would then think again Ashwin comes into the mix. But because it's not, then you're going to go with your 3 fast bowlers. No
And
brainer.
it didn't happen in Lucknow. There's no reason to
But
believe.
Lucknow also wasn't that.
No, those stuff.
Wasn't so much. I mean, I think you were happy playing your fast bowler.
yeah.
It wasn't the kind of Lucknow that we all expected.
Wasn't
Lucknow.
IPL 2023 Lucknow? Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Or the New Zealand game.
The only effectively a turning track that India has played on has been Chennai. And that's where you played Ashwin. So no chance that Ashwin comes in. So India then most likely go with the same 11. The one thing that has happened with Sri Lanka, I mean, we keep talking about all their bowlers and their fitness of, if you see Patirana got hammered and then was removed, and then Lahiru Kumara got injured, was removed, you got someone else. Before that, that Hasaranga did not come. So while we are highlighting the issues that they've had in their bowling department, which has kind of, in that sense, hampered their performance in this World Cup. But I think the biggest issue, which has kind of gone under the radar, has been Dasun Shanaka not being there. And what that has done is, it has made Kusal Mendes the captain. And Kusal Mendes, the captain, unfortunately, has not been scoring runs. It happens with a few players. When they are captains, then they take the pressure on of being a captain. And if you see, it can't be a coincidence that while he was not captain, while Dasun Shanaka was captain, Kusal Mendes was unstoppable.
Yep.
One of the best white ball batters that you had in around that time. Scoring runs of plenty. As soon as Dasun Shanaka gets injured, Kusal Mendes becomes captain. His batting performance has taken a nosedive. Because then you probably, what you're batting fearlessly as a regular member, suddenly when you're a captain, you become, I have to play the captain's knock, or I am going to play with a lot of responsibility. I reckon that's happened with Mendes, because what else explains his sudden drop of form?
Look at even your top order. Barring Pachum Nisanka, he's not had any backup, if you say. Kusal Pereira struggled.
Samara Vikrama.
Only Sadira Samara Vikrama.
Yeah.
But apart from that, look, Mendes has tapered off in form. Dimuth Karunaratne, if he comes in, he's also not set the stage on fire in white ball cricket. So that's why Kusal Pereira not firing, Dimuth Karunaratne not firing, that is a big woe. Mendes tapering off in form, bad time. Sadira Samara Vikrama is the only guy. But look at others, Asalanka, De Silva, Matthews. Matthews is batting too low, as Nikhil had said.
Matthews needs to be batting at 5.
4 or 5.
Nothing lower than that.
In Mendes' case, in fact, he was anyway, always even when he came to the fore, you knew he was a talented guy, always got you runs, but was inconsistent. Now that inconsistency coupled with the fact that he's captaining, that means that the inconsistency remains even more, and those runs have now dried up. So now only a dry patch, let's say, those runs are not coming, which would then come as a non-captain, let's say.
See, Sri Lanka and New Zealand's plight are the same. Too many injuries, too many players losing form. That's the problem. See,
New Zealand now.
No, even prior, I mean, Williamson was not there. Then you also had Matt Henry get injured yesterday. But then prior to that, you had Saudi getting injured. You also had Lockie Ferguson getting injured. Your bowlers are primarily getting injured. Same with Sri Lanka. Bowlers are getting injured.
And New Zealand's case was worse because they brought in Jimmy Neesham because Lockie Ferguson was injured. Now Jimmy Neesham is also battling with injury.
But he's fine, according to the latest reports.
Yeah, I
he's
remember.
just got
Lockie.
a bruise.
So is Lockie.
Yeah, so is Lockie.
Lockie's also.
But the only concern is Henry.
Yeah, which is why
Jameson comes in.
He was anyway traveling with the team as a reserve, and
So that's why it's a big problem that Sri Lanka have. Lack of consistency in the batting department. One batter is doing well, the other is not.
Yeah.
So that's why only Sadira Samara Vikrama and Pathum Nisanka. That's it. Otherwise, even they're bowling hardly any penetration except for the game against England, where Lahiru Kumara did the job. But now Kumara's not there.
True. This is the next game.
Who heard the Rohit Sharma press conference?
I heard it in bits.
Full thing?
Bits and pieces.
What is everyone laughing about? What is it?
So he was asked
Statue.
about the statue, and so couple of things.
Sachin
statue, which was unveiled yesterday in the most grand manner that it possibly could have been. So he was asked by one of the journalists as to what he makes of the statue, what does he feel about it, and since he would have gotten a closer view of it than others in the stadium. So he said, we were there at distance and we were occupied with other things, and like अच्छा ही करा होगा अभी मैं इसमें क्या बोलूँ ज़्यादा typical Rohit Sharma style. Like then I batted, then we got late, then he looks at the media man like फिर हमारे मीडिया मैनेजर ने लेट करा दिया हमारा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस अभी मैं क्या बोलूँ यार बना दिया तो बना दिया
वैसे क्या he asked what is the shot that he's playing lofted straight drive lofted straight drive और क्या बोलूँ मैं इसके बारे में Sachin's lofted straight drive, that's how the statue is. I think even there is a one on Dhoni also, right? This
statue?
No, not statue. I think that place where the six
Yeah, those chairs, they don't sell them.
Yeah. They had a ceremony. In fact, and they are in fact calling it they've named it the 2011 World Cup special stand or something. They've named those two seats very differently now. That's a special place now in the 1K.
See, today two things might happen, okay, because it's this kind of a wicket, flat, absolute road, unless Sri Lanka bat first. One thing is anyway going to happen. India are sealing their semi-final spot. Today they'll become the first team if they win. Mathematically, all those other things and everything, nothing is going to work. India will seal their spot in the semi-final today. If India bat first,
that's a certainty, but is a Virat Kohli ton also a certainty here?
That is 50-50.
It'll depend on, so ton is 50-50. Yeah. No, I think it'll really depend on if they're batting or bowling first. If they're batting first, then very much possibility. We know he has a phenomenal record against Sri Lanka, has scored plenty of tons against
10
them.
tons.
Yeah, and on a surface like this, is just, absolute paradise. However, if they're bowling first, I doubt anyone's getting a ton. I really doubt anyone's getting
Maybe
a ton.
Rohit, if suppose Sri Lanka make over 250, 260.
But the way Rohit bats, because he's taking risk, more often than not, he tends to fall just before the milestone.
We've seen that happen a couple of times.
I think only 100 he's got this ODI
World Cup.
2023 World
Could have
Cup.
had
Yes.
three,
Yes.
potentially.
Yeah,
Easily could have had three. Easily could have had three.
Against England, he could have had.
Against Pakistan, he could have had
82, right? He got against them.
86, if I'm not wrong.
Even the 80s.
So
again,
280s, but Quinton de Kock, if you look at it, 4 centuries he could match up with. Exactly.
Yeah.
Quinton, I mean, that's a very attractive headline that Quinn and Ton was highlighted in red. So 400s, and yesterday, as I said, South Africa is out on a vengeance to ensure that they correct their past record. I mean, look at it. They won against England New Zealand for the first time in 24 years.
Correct.
Against England, they have won after 16 years. Against Pakistan, they won after 24 years. So that is why they are on a vengeance to correct all those past mishaps that have happened with them. And remember, if they even lose against India, They have one more game against Afghanistan, if I'm not mistaken, after this.
Shane wanted to quip, I think, on something.
Sorry, I was joking.
But I don't know. See, either they may not choke this time because I think they are in a safer bracket as compared to 2022.
I'll go one step further. They've already done their choke, Netherlands.
Oh yeah,
Maybe they got it out of the way early this time. Previously, they'd save it for the knockouts.
Yeah, they'd almost done that against Pakistan also. This should be thanking Keshav Maharaj and Tabrez Shamsi even more.
And the umpire too.
And
Umpire's call.
For Pakistan's fan point of view, they'll say DRS also was their 12th man in the game against South Africa. So,
But I also feel South Africa are relying a lot on the toss because even if your captain is coming out and saying that we do not know the template of chasing, I think that is something that is going to be a problem for them because you can win a couple of games, you can get into the semi-final, but you cannot win a World Cup just on the basis of the toss also.
yeah, I mean, see, this is South Africa played 7 games. 5 have come while batting first. 2 they have chased, right?
One they lost while chasing.
One they won against
One
Pakistan.
they won against Pakistan.
How much was okay? That day also they almost
271 for 9. They won by 1 wicket. So that remains your only thriller so far in this World Cup. So far
no.
Australia,
England,
New
Afghanistan.
Zealand.
was okay, but
Australia, New Zealand, even England, Afghanistan, even though the margin.
That match was done a long time back.
But again, you were when Harry Brook was batting, you were like, okay, let's see. And by then,
Once Harry Brook went, then we departed.
No, we departed before Harry Brook
Brook
was out.
had gotten out.
yeah, Australia, New Zealand. Well, yeah, I mean the total you are anyway playing catch up for most of the period, but then yeah, they made it interesting until 19 runs were needed, and then when Stark bowled those 5 wides, 13 were needed or 4. Yeah, so yeah, 2 thrillers, but many people are saying the Pakistan South Africa game was the best in this World Cup. So
Yeah,
very
it
good.
was.
Yes.
yeah, and remember Pakistan since then have played with vengeance. I mean, they played the perfect game against Bangladesh. Now they are in with a very realistic chance. If New Zealand lose all their games,
If they don't qualify even now, I think
Yeah,
no one
but
else to blame apart
They've
from
got
themselves.
2 tough games. They've got 2 tough games. They're playing New Zealand on Saturday.
But-
then they're playing
no,
England
Friday, right?
on Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
On Saturday they're playing New Zealand. Then they're playing England.
Sri Lanka.
No, New Zealand are playing Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Pakistan are playing England.
Oh,
yeah, they have to win both the
They've got,
games.
again, England, yes, you could argue that, okay,
They're a
England
minnow at
barely
this
pose a
point.
threat right now, but they're playing.
By the way, on Saturday you could see your first rained out game. Because
Yes.
Pakistan, New Zealand and Bangalore, 80% chances of rain.
80%.
Oh my
But
god.
isn't Chinnaswamy in like some sort of a rain cover area?
No, I mean the pitch I'm telling you, the outfield. If it pours and pours and pours for 3-4 days, the
Doesn't
outfield
matter.
will be ready within 10-15 minutes.
Exactly, because the drainage there is
Rain
that
was
level, right?
phenomenal, but you need the rain to stop firstly. Also, is that the day game or
Day game, it's the morning game.
It's the day game. The rain has to first stop. Then within 15-20 minutes it will be ready. That's the
But if that game is washed out, 1 point both the teams will take, and then it
Pakistan's chances are pretty much done.
Yes,
no, then it's come down, and
No, it comes down to the
run rate. Yeah,
last match.
yeah.
Net run rate remains the same.
For
Yeah.
that to happen, Sri Lanka must beat New Zealand.
Must beat New Zealand exactly, and Pakistan must beat England.
Yeah.
that also you can't take for granted.
No, even if Pakistan wins the game against New Zealand on Saturday, and then New Zealand ends up winning their last game also, then the margin Pakistan needs to win is win by 83 runs or chase down a total in 35 overs. If they have to come at par with the net run rate, if New Zealand end up losing their next game also, then Pakistan are straightforward in.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, lot of permutations and combinations. Only 2 teams can effectively spoil the party. Sri Lanka, if they beat New Zealand.
And England.
No, Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, Afghanistan are the only other team who can get to 12. They are playing the Netherlands tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So that, if they win, they get to 8. But their next 2 games are a problem. Australia in Mumbai. South Africa in Ahmedabad.
Exactly. The problem is there.
Maybe you could pull up against South Africa. Maybe you might. But against Australia looks tough.
See, even against South Africa, then again toss would be a good idea, because then I think you'd need to bat
Yeah.
first. You put them into chase. That's when they really seem to go a little shaky. But even that is like, but of course, I dare say people keep talking about, oh, Pakistan this, that. Mathematically, Afghanistan are better.
Yeah.
They've had 6 matches, won 3, lost 3. Pakistan have also won 3 but lost 4.
Yep.
Afghanistan have the things in their hand as of now.
Exactly. They're not really reliant on it.
Yeah.
Again, that game against Australia that they have, which is in Bangalore, I feel, or is it in Mumbai?
Who?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, Australia, and Mumbai.
Mumbai again.
That's the problem. But you know, this currently now, this Australia team,
It is depleted now.
it's severely depleted with no Glenn Maxwell. And please don't spare me that nonsense of Glenn Maxwell's only missing 1 game. If it's a concussion, I'm pretty sure he'll be touch and go even for the next.
There is, according to Cricket Australia protocol, if you suffer an injury, there is an 8-day resting period. 8-day.
Unless he shows significant signs of recovery.
So, he may miss the Afghanistan game, he'll only play the Bangladesh game.
He loves playing against Bangladesh.
That's the last game for Australia.
Well, I think I've come to a certain the fact that, and I don't think I have any doubts in this, that Glenn Maxwell's definitely the naughtiest chap in that squad, because how is it that he was the one going through freak injuries every time?
Twice now.
Exactly. Birthday party and a golf cart.
And that birthday party injury was career threatening.
Career threatening, he could have got his foot amputated.
It was that bad. And golf injuries, why doesn't it remind me of Johnny Bairstow?
But this isn't golf, no? It wasn't golf per se. He was going on a golf cart to the team bus.
Exactly.
Do not ask me the logic of using wheels to get to more wheels.
I know. Why couldn't you have just walked? Simple. Unless walking risks you an injury.
No.
I don't know.
To be fair, anything with him risks an injury.
Yeah, I know. KL Rahul would know. He's been.
So would Mohit.
So would Mohit. Yes, Mohit is as delicate as we can get here. So, okay, the toss has happened and Sri Lanka have won it. They may bat.
Or they may have the toss again. That's what happened.
No, that's not happening. Clear. This time it's clear. Not much of noise anyway. I think Sri Lanka would have chosen to bat.
I don't know why. I think in this sort of case, you bowl first.
No, I think they know that batting first in Mumbai gives you an advantage. It's not like the IPL wherein, bowl! Brilliant. Sri Lanka shot themselves.
Easily. No.
So you could be looking at a Virat ton.
Yeah, 100%. Now there's a very good chance.
Yes.
And now it looks good. But again, just like how Tendulkar's 100th dominated the build-up, now everybody's picking on that bullseye. Oh, Virat 49, then Virat 50. So, people and
when
milestones.
50 happens, 50 is gonna be even louder, let's say.
What if he does it in the World Cup final?
No, dear God.
Something that Sachin could never do.
Lord save us.
Then in that case, no, I would recommend bring some tents from home. 'Cause
Yeah.
we'll only be here.
We will be here only. Anyway, 19, see, we are only 17 days away. 2 weeks away from the final, effectively.
And this coming week is going to be very exciting as far as the World Cup is concerned.
What coming week is going to be
The-
exciting?
this
On
week-
Sunday you finish, next Sunday you play.
No, the week that is coming, just you have the final week, that's when you have the semi-final and the final, the week before that.
No, not really. In fact, that week is the least exciting because 5th, India,
From
South
an
Africa.
India perspective, you're saying, right?
From an
Because
India.
There you wait 6 days then. But you'll have other games, no? That'll be determining.
There is only one game that is determining you in that entire period. Pakistan versus England. That's it.
That's happening, I think, on the 11th,
Yeah.
the day before India.
One of the 4 rescheduled Pakistan games.
Yeah.
So that is why. Look at the schedule next week. It's hardly anything. You've got Australia, Bangladesh, you've got South Africa, Afghanistan, you've got Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, the Nagin Derby that is there. Then India play directly on the 12th against the Netherlands.
yeah.
By that time, you've already sealed semi-final qualification. So this coming
Hopefully.
week of league stages, there's actually nothing much to look forward to except for 11th and 12th because it's India.
Even at 12th, let's not even. It'll be a.
But
very-
11th could be a quarter-final before the semi-final if other results go your way. Because 4th, New Zealand, Pakistan, Australia, England. That's it. You're sealing your spot there itself. And then if you look at it,
So Rohit Sharma, despite losing the toss, says that he's happy and would have batted
same 11, yeah.
as well, even had he won the toss. So no change over there, and also the confirmation, like we were talking here as well on Sports Day yesterday. If you've been following us, No team changes. That means Hardik Pandya, we knew he was not going to be there. He's not fit yet. In fact, he could not play until the semi-final as well.
Maybe that is 12th is touch and go. 5th, I think he's not playing in against South
Exactly.
Africa.
Kusal
same
Mendes,
team.
by the way, made a very good point. He said, or rather, good point talks about a team change. We were talking about Dhananjay De Silva not offering much. Well, DDS is on the bench.
And in comes the leg spinner,
Yes,
Dusan Hemanta.
Dusan Hemanta comes in place of him. I think they wanted, I don't know, maybe someone who'd give them more overs, because I think De Silva, his off spin has been very limited, to put it politely.
Exactly. So see, you got Hemanta, Tikshana, Rajita, Chamira, Madhushankar. That's your 5 bowlers. But then if you want a 6th bowling option, can go with Angelo.
Angelo did bowl a little bit in the last game.
he
He
did.
did. He's bowled in the 2 games. Against England, he got you wickets, and against Afghanistan, he bowled only 3, but he went for runs.
He got you 1 wicket, I think.
I think he didn't get a wicket. I think he went for runs. 19, if I'm not mistaken. 3 overs for 19.
Okay, because I think that was the first game that he played, right?
Second game. He
First
got wickets against England.
England, England.
Yeah. So that is
He was part of that run out. It happened off his
and he got
bowling.
2 wickets.
Yeah.
Trust England to do the unthinkable in that sense. So India, we knew that this was going to be but it's a big game for 2 individuals.
Yeah, I was getting to exactly that.
The 2 Mumbai lads, Shreyas Iyer and Surya Kumar Yadav.
But I feel it's important for Shreyas Iyer and Mohammad Siraj.
Exactly. And partly I would say, I know it doesn't make a difference, but in that order I would say Shubman Gill as well. Right now you're looking for answers. Right now you're looking
I think
for
he's getting that done today.
clarity. Again, no better place, no better surface also for Shubman Gill to be putting those demons aside. You're playing at Chinnaswamy after this, after which hopefully again in Mumbai or who knows in
You're playing
Kolkata.
at Eden after this.
Or in Kolkata. I'm just saying,
If you India play Pakistan, then it's in Kolkata. No?
yeah, that's what.
16th.
So
15th.
from that perspective, this
That will still stay the
If
first
India-Pakistan semi-final happens,
It's the second semi-final.
it is the same.
Oh, it's
16th.
not like that the first semi-finals venue isn't getting changed. Okay, your semi-final will get shifted.
yes. So 15, 2-3, if India finish on top, which they look like it, and if Pakistan are the 4th team, you are playing in Kolkata.
Big.
That is provided New Zealand do the unthinkable from here and
Capitulate.
don't manage to win anything of those remaining 2 games, and Pakistan are to win
Which I
both.
think they are very vulnerable. I think New Zealand, this time there will be no escaping them. Their campaign has tapered off as the worst possible time that you can think. So that's why I think Pakistan do look like the favourites. Only Afghanistan can stop them in that case. So, okay, big game I would say for Shreyas. We had said that in the optional practice session that was there on 31st of October, he batted for a good 2-3 hours facing the
Yes.
short ball
Yes.
from everybody. From Nuwan Seneviratne, who's the throwdown specialist there. Then you also had Vikram Rathore, Rahul Dravid, and Raghavendra, the throwdown specialist also.
In fact, even after I was reading about that particular session that happened day before, not the one that took place yesterday. Even after the batting coach Rathore said that okay, time's up, Shreyas, he stayed over there and he wanted more throwdowns. So he did another 40 minutes of throwdowns even after, let's say, time was up. And you look at always about half an hour to 40 minutes for every batter. He went past that mark as well, and he was spending much more time than any of his peers were. What we're getting to know is it was the short ball that he was focusing more on. But he's been found wanting again. Let's be honest about that.
2 games, yeah.
In 2 games, we've seen him being found wanting against the short ball. And on this track, against this opposition, I'm not too sure if we're getting that answer too. But Shreyas hasn't been able to convert, let's say, his 20s and 30s also into bigger scores. So now, if you're looking at any sort of positive as far as Shreyas Iyer is concerned, let's first hope that he gets to bat on this flat deck, because you don't know if the top 3 don't even give you the opportunity to bat. That's number 1. Number 2, if he does get to bat, I hope I see at least a 50 from him today.
Interesting that they're showing, the host broadcasters were showing 1-2 shots. Virat attempted the slog sweep. He was. So, in order to counter the Sri Lankan spinners, you're saying no, he may have a problem against off spin, leg spin, left arm. He's now preparing to get out of his shell and prepare and try playing the slog sweep.
I'm not too sure if that's anything to go by. I'll tell you what, you've played the likes of Santner and all. You've had tougher opponents in the past. You didn't see him apply that shot over there. Not too sure against the Sri Lankan side if he's going to get adventurous.
Maybe, but then they didn't show him playing the slog sweep in Dharamshala, even in the practice session, the visuals that they had. Here, he played the slog sweep. So, maybe it's an indication that he is okay. Chuck that, I'm in good form, I'm prepared to play the sweep now. Because he cut out that sweep, remember, when he was in the 3-year slump. So, that's why...
Virat never resorted to the sweep for that matter. That was never his shot.
14-15 he was.
Yeah, but I think he would even then not use it as frequently. I think it was more of a shot that he would employ when needed rather than anything else. Because again, it doesn't fit with Virat Kohli style cricket. What's his way of cricket? Get as many runs in the most effective manner possible. The sweep shot, even if you're a very good player of the sweep shot, can be a bit of a lottery.
Yeah, it is. So, big game for Shreyas Iyer and Surya Kumar Yadav. Remember, this kind of wicket, it's right up Surya Kumar's alley. If it's 40 overs, if Surya comes in, can do what a Maxwell or an ABD can do in that 40 overs. Because remember, Maxwell, he came in, I think, on the 42nd over in the game against Netherlands, got to a 40 ball 100.
Correct.
So, that is how, and he's played so many, you may say, sense-defying knocks at the Wankhede in the IPL. I mean, he got to one shot, I remember, even which Sachin Tendulkar was blown away with. That sliced 6 over third man in that IPL match. I think it was against the Gujarat Titans, if I'm not mistaken. Sliced 6 over third man. Even Tendulkar was saying, how did he do that? So, big game for Surya Kumar Yadav also. He did hit a 49, which was very good against England. And, okay, what about Mohammad Siraj? Supposing, I think the criticism around Mohammad Siraj has been pretty unfair. Because, fine, he's gone for runs. But he's also bounced back.
I think more than that, the problem with him has been that, not a problem with him, the thing that goes against him is that Mohammad Shami has come out way too good. Because if Mohammad Shami would not have had this 5 and 4 wickets in the games he played, I think we would not have been analysing Siraj's bowling this much. But because everyone knows here that as soon as someone like a Hardik Pandya comes in, you might just get in a Shardul Thakur also. And when that happens, you will have to drop one person. And in the form Shami is in, you cannot drop him. So that is the only thing that is going against Siraj. He hasn't been that bad a bowler in this World Cup. He has bounced back definitely. But Shami has been just phenomenal throughout this
Exactly.
World Cup.
We tend to forget that were it not for Pandya's injury, then Shami and Siraj were basically just competing for that one spot.
Yeah.
And initially we all backed Siraj saying, look, we know Shami, proven match winner, gets you those wickets up front. What is the problem with him? Can be hit or miss in the death. So far that hasn't happened. He's been in phenomenal form wherever it is he's bowled. Whereas Siraj has been found struggling. Yes, early on tends to be very attacking, which is good. But the problem was that what was making him so effective, he's not been able to do consistently. Because of that, now the spotlight is very much there because you just know you're waiting for a Hardik Pandya to come back and then you're making those 2 changes again. Sky potentially goes out. Then it'll be a case of one off Siraj or Shami because you're not dropping Bumrah. No two ways about it. So it's between those two and you want to go back to that, let's say, the combination, the ideal combination which the Indian team management wanted of batting till number 8. If you go there and you have to drop one of your pacers, and Siraj at this point very much a sitting duck.
He is unfortunately, but yeah, that's team composition goes, that's how you'll have to go about it because compare Bumrah, compare Shami, compare Siraj. I mentioned in that order the top performers. Siraj unfortunately is at the bottom, although he's bounced back and gotten you wickets at crucial times. But that lack of consistency, I mean, just look at it, about a month back only, about 1.5 months back, he was the one against the same opponents that you're playing in Mumbai. To that epic 6-wicket haul. He was in that spell. And that's why I said he's got a bit of Stuart Broad around him. He goes into a spell, he'll wreck a team. Single-handedly, he'll wreck that team.
He's a rhythm bowler.
Yeah,
he's a rhythm bowler. Once he's on song, it's difficult to stop him. But the thing with him is, right now, he's struggling to get into any sort of sync at the moment. So forget him being on song or being in a symphony, anything like that. He's just struggling with his lines at the moment. I think length's been okay. Those wickets that he got, especially of Babar Azam, I remember. His lengths have been fine, but his lines, remember against Pakistan as well, trying to go to full, trying to often, and he straight it down the leg side more often, I remember, which is where Pakistan would get those runs as well. So it's the fact that he's been drifting down the leg side too much. He's not been able to get that right channel, 4th stump, 5th stump, something that Shami has been doing exceedingly well. Ask Ben Stokes that. So I think that's been the difference in Mohammad Siraj. that we saw in the Asia Cup and the Siraj that we're seeing right now.
And to add to your point, you were talking about him straight on leg side. Then what would happen is he tried to overcompensate, which means then you're going too far wide down the off stump. So he wasn't able to find that sweet spot, which if you remember against Sri Lanka, every single wicket was just at that right spot, spot, constantly. So I know that the Sri Lankan batters didn't do themselves any favor, didn't cover themselves in any glory. But those balls were also really good balls.
I remember those two identical dismissals there. I think one definitely I remember was Shanaka with the wicket sleeping on the floor almost, and then there was another identical dismissal in which you could see the furniture being destroyed over there. So again, he had such good control over his bowling just about a month back. Right now, that control just missing at the moment.
Yeah. So Gill. Okay, it's a big game even for him, but I don't think many will look into Shubman Gill unless there's a loss. Unless, because see, in the 3-4 games that he's played, I think he's got only 150 if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're right, 150.
Only 150 that he's gotten. So, yeah, it's not been right up Shubman Gill's alley. I mean, look at it, at the end of the year, we felt that he could overtake Sachin. But I think he's a good 300 away, and looking at the chances, I don't think that's happening at this point. Unless he gets a big
South Africa, but we're playing
only 3. So you're playing about 5 more games, 8 games effectively. Will Shubman play in all? Even South Africa, if you want to.
I think he will.
You're not dropping him this World Cup for sure.
No, World Cup. I'm saying South Africa.
South Africa.
8 games is enough time.
Could be, 400 runs away he is. So, maybe it could happen. So Shubman Gill, again, right kind of pitch to ensure that. But I'm wondering why Sri Lanka have opted to field, because this is not like the IPL. Mumbai Wankhede in an ODI is not like the IPL, where chasing becomes easier. You look at all the chases in Wankhede in this World Cup, teams have struggled. Ask South Africa against England. England couldn't chase, but okay, the total anyway didn't mean that you could chase at that time. Look at South Africa, Bangladesh also. Again, big total, they couldn't chase it down. So I'm wondering if India notched up a same 370, 380 kind of a score, why would they opt to bowl? That's the thing. Sri Lanka's batting, if you look at it, how they have set up matches by batting first. Look at against Sri Lanka, against Pakistan, but then they couldn't do it because their bowlers were so bad. And same thing also here today. I have a feeling it's not going to be easy at all. So let's see how it goes. So all set for India versus Sri Lanka at the Wankhede, but we'll take some questions.
Because you're not too far away from the first ball being over.
I wanted to talk about this thing that if
Whose comment is it?
Shreyansh.
Okay.
If this is what I was going. Can India switch Iyer to Surya if he fails today? Exactly that, because Surya has gotten a good innings in the previous game. If he ends up getting another good innings today here, then when again someone like a Hardik Pandya comes in, you might just want to go in with a Surya bat, KL Rahul at number 4, and then get in a Surya to play at that role, and you might switch him with Iyer. So that is something that might be on Iyer's mind also.
But again, Shreyansh, a word of caution, this Indian team has only made changes, either if it's through illness or injury. It's never been on form. Unless your team combination needs change according to the condition, only then you're making changes. If you switch Iyer to Surya, then you're throwing the entire batting away. I'm telling you, see, Shreyas is a fit at 4, KL is a fit at 5. Simple. Hardik comes back. Whenever he comes back, Surya's out. Tough luck. But that's the luck of the draw.
It's a thought that, it's an okay thought to have right now, because, let's not forget, yes, it's the Mohammad Shami performance that we all recall, it's the Rohit Sharma performance, but very quietly and on very important role that was played by somebody, it was Surya Kumar Yadav with that 49. It was because of his 49, India got to a psychological total that they thought they had a chance to play with as well. So, it's not a bad thought to have, because you've given Shreyas, 6 innings now. He's not gotten to bat on all 6. I think 5 occasions, yes, he's gotten to bat, but I think just the one occasion that he didn't get to bat on. But otherwise,
I think he's batted all. He batted against Australia. He batted against
Australia. He batted.
He got out for a duck.
Then Bangladesh, did he bat?
I think he would have batted.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
We know that he's been dry on runs, and because Surya, this team has a lot of faith in Surya. There's no doubt about that.
But yeah, see, even GGK
Could
is.
flirt with that thought, I'm saying.
Even he's saying, ideally we want Iyer to fail against weak SL bowling. Else, Surya will be made to sit out for Hardik. Surya and flat Wankhede and Ahmedabad in knockout would be indispensable. But again, GGK, ideally you want someone to fail. I don't know about that. That's kind of very thing.
Then he wants him to fail because then that way Surya gets exposed against bigger teams as well. Then Sanju Samson comes back in.
Yeah, I don't know. But are you sure it will be a flat wicket in Ahmedabad? That I don't know.
Yeah.
It will be flat, but
Yeah.
not 400 flat. It won't be like that. Na? And Surya batting at 6. What is the guarantee that a top 4 will not get you that?
See, there's no guarantee again with Surya also doesn't guarantee you much. Simple as that. Surya doesn't guarantee
ODIs.
In ODIs doesn't guarantee you much. But
So why not take only Hardik Pandya then? Simple swap. Pandya in, Surya out. You get batting anyway till number 7 anyway.
see that
You're
happens,
not compromising
that
your bowling
happens
also.
if Shreyas Iyer gives you runs. Right now you're only looking at this thought because you were looking at Shreyas Iyer as your number 4, permanent number 4 in the tournament, and you were expecting runs from him. Now it's not happening. It happened in the Asia Cup here and there once he came back from the injury, but it's not happening right now.
I'll only say one thing, fans, please have a lot of 360 vision. If you do what the suggestion is, you want Iyer to go and other positions to be vacant, you're doing a repeat of 2020.
But you don't want a batter to fail in the World Cup. That's like a sinistrous wish to have.
You will play Shreyas Iyer if India reaches the final, you're going to play him throughout in the final. Do not make any changes just for the heck of making changes. Who knows? Even MS Dhoni didn't contribute with the bat till 2011. Until the final.
He had no 50 until the final.
Correct.
He was averaging well. I remember he was averaging around 40 for somebody batting where he used to bat. It's good. But he didn't have runs under his belt either.
So, by that logic, he should have gone, right? But you can't have done because he was the captain, he was the keeper, he was everything. But again, if you take away Shreyas Iyer, I'm telling you, it is going to be a repeat of 2021. Wherein your entire batting combination went awry at the middle order. So keep Iyer in, persist with him until the semi-final, which India will mostly be sealing today. If India make it to the final, play Iyer there. Now let's not focus on, but he's failed. But then boss, this is the World Cup. You're only going to play another 4 more games, potentially 4 more games. Now you've persisted till this entire journey. When the house is nearby, don't just dump him there.
Correct.
Unless there is an injury to Iyer, then make the changes. Only if there is an injury. Otherwise, you're not making those changes anymore. So, that's my thing on Shreyas Iyer. Persist with him until the final. So, Freaking Awesome is saying he's given us an entire list of India versus SL in World Cups. 9 face-offs. India won 4, lost 4. Yep. 1970, India actually didn't win for 20 years against Sri Lanka. 1979 lost in Old Trafford by 47 runs. 92 at Mackay, that game was abandoned. 96 right here in Delhi. Little Kalu and Sanat Jayasuriya absolutely demolished you by 7 wickets. 99, and of course Eden, who can forget that?
Oh yeah.
251 vintage Aravinda De Silva and India capitulating to 120 for 8, and the fans absolutely went berserk there. 1999 in Taunton, Ganguly and Dravid 318 run stand. India won their first time. Centurion, Tendulkar and Sehwag and Srinath all decimated.
2007 was probably the only upset you had, really.
Yeah, 4. It was 2-4 because Sri Lanka, Muthaiya, Muralidharan and also, you may say Sangakkara to a certain extent, they were the ones who starred. Then 2011, right here, 28 years of pain got eliminated against the same opponents, and then 2019, one-sided, very, very one-sided affair that was there. So,
Sarachan Yalamarthi makes a good point saying that New Zealand can go through even if their results stay bad because of continuous rain in Bangalore next week. It was a point we touched upon that the rain situation in Bangalore does not look good. We know that the stadium there has a beautiful drainage system, no two ways about it. The problem being though is that if for instance the rain doesn't stop, the drainage doesn't matter.
Drainage doesn't matter at all. So that's why. Look, I don't know where New Zealand are playing Sri Lanka. Where are they playing? That is one game which will be very important because remember, if the game is washed out,
Bangalore.
oh, damn, yeah, next week the weather's not good in Bangalore for one whole week. So
In that case, they're guaranteed. That's it. 2 points if they're playing both their games in Bangalore. They're playing Pakistan in Bangalore and they're playing Sri Lanka also in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Both those games they're washed out. They're
they'll
getting 2
get
points.
only 10.
But who knows if Pakistan get that 1 point from that game and then
And
beat
yeah.
England. So they go through then.
Yeah, and without the net run rate issue.
They can't.
Why?
They would have gotten 3 points.
But they'll get only 9. New Zealand will get to 10. So that rain situation.
Pakistan
No, right
got
now
no
they're
rain.
locked. No, both on 8.
Who? No, Pakistan
on
on 6.
Pakistan 6.
So if both games get washed out, it's bad news for Pakistan.
Exactly. For Pakistan, they cannot afford rain. They cannot
Yeah.
afford anything except 2 wins and hope for results going there. Right?
Yes.
It's that simple. If it's rained out, then Pakistan are all but out. 9 points end doing it.
Yep. For that to happen, the New Zealand Sri Lanka game must happen. Sri Lanka must beat New Zealand. Pakistan then have to win by a big margin. Then and only then you're overhauling them, because yesterday plus 1.2, New Zealand lost plus 0.4, massive loss. And look at South Africa now. They are, if they lose and do not qualify for the semi-finals from this point,
South Africa.
then South Africa should stop playing cricket.
They can't.
South
12
Africa.
points. Who's
Yeah, like
Unless if they lose both games against India and Afghanistan by massive margins.
How many teams right now can get to 12?
5 teams.
Australia can,
Australia can.
New Zealand.
New
too.
Zealand can,
New Zealand can. Afghanistan can.
Only Pakistan can't.
Pakistan.
Pakistan can't.
Yeah.
So 5
No,
teams.
no, no.
still.
But no. Between Australia and Afghanistan, only one can, because these two teams
play
each other.
Yeah. So that's why. So they are all but through,
All
but
but they are
still.
all but there. They're actually awaiting a couple of matches to happen. Not even results go their way. Just matches to happen, and who knows, even before they play their last match
Against
South
Afghanistan.
Africa against Afghanistan, their fate could probably be sealed. Maybe that match could just determine where they finish on the table.
Yeah. See, India 99.9%, South Africa 99.8% are guaranteed in the semi-finals. Okay.
Wow, so what's that calculation?
I
With
mean,
the
see,
0.1 difference.
I mean, we don't know whether they'll finish on top or second. We don't know. That will happen on 5th. Tabletop clash yet again. So Australia big games are coming up on 4th.
Let's take last few comments. I think Aman had something to say.
Switch and then
Let's
we'll
see what Aman was saying. Aman Singh says that a big score should be on India's mind as they are facing the Proteas next in case Purin to bat first at the Eden Gardens.
True. Yeah.
Which is good. India, so it's just the second time that India have been asked to
Bat
first, and India should be looking at this opportunity, as Aman rightly says, that yes, we should be that team as well to be able to score in excess of 350 runs, put the opposition. I know against South Africa, even 250 can be match winning because they psych themselves. But why not give that team, let's say, give them the treatment that they give to the other teams as well.
Exactly. Yeah, Dex, no need to remind. I mean, New Zealand were destroyed mentally in the Rugby World Cup final, and yesterday, clinical, comprehensive win by South Africa. I mean,
190 runs.
As I said, they are on a mission to correct all the wrongs that has happened to them. They took the revenge of 2015 and 2019 in a big way yesterday. So, and if that proves to be fatal for New Zealand, then it's great stuff from South Africa then. GGK is saying losses coming up for Oz and New Zealand just go down a bit. What is the question that GGK is saying?
due to.
Okay, losses coming against Australia and New Zealand due to long injuries, especially Maxwell. India versus Pakistan semi-final coming up. Kudrat ka Nizam and India make it 9-0.
I doubt Pakistan are making it to the semis.
I have a doubt.
But if it happens, if Kudrat ka Nizam again works, if Pakistan versus India in Kolkata,
Then you're winning the World Cup for sure.
no, then be
2011
afraid.
repeat.
Then be afraid. Because
Pakistan,
Pakistan have a very good record in Kolkata. They are
You
very
don't
good.
know which Pakistan
Anyhow,
is going to.
We see the batters coming out of bat.
Yep.
Sri Lankan players also taking the field. Quick time for predictions.
I say India get about 320, win comfortably.
Yeah, 340. India winning comfortably.
320, 340.
320 with a ton from Gill.
320
India.
with a ton from Gill. I'll go India 338 and
The England score.
the England
2011.
draw. Yeah, 338. A ton from Virat.
Oh my God.
49. He just wants his TV package too. Bro.
Are you
He'll go
predicting any
anyway.
runs
Sooner or later.
from anyone?
No, I think it'll be a good
Actually,
effort
you know,
from the
it
Indian
could
batting.
be that day where you see tons from both Rohit and Virat.
I'd go with
Why not all three?
Gill and Shreyas.
I for some reason have doubts about Gill.
I think Shreyas is getting some big runs today and Gill is getting his run today.
Both his favorite players.
I mean, what better occasion than this home turf?
On
here?
this ground, yeah.
It's adopted home ground for Virat also. He now stays there.
Yeah. What? When it comes to an MI RCB game, he gets moved there.
That's okay. As it should be.
That's how it will be. So, Rohit, Shreyas, Suryakumar, all three local Mumbai lads.
There's a Shardul on the bench, don't forget.
Bench, yes, but still. Any other Mumbaikar that you can think of?
No, there's four. These four are the only ones.
Rohit, Shreyas, Surya and
Shardul.
Shardul, yeah.
That's it. So,
Adopted home. Yeah.
Adopted home.
Yeah, so then you can put in Hardik Pandey also. There's
Yeah.
won so much with
former home.
Former home.
Yeah. But I think Hardik stays in Mumbai only.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
Mumbai
these
guy.
guys.
From Baroda, they shifted to Mumbai. So,
Even Bumrah now I think stays in Mumbai only.
but I think the AQI looks much better there as compared to here, which is
Here
an
it's terrible.
absolute nightmare at this point in time. So,
Yeah, let's not even
Anyhow,
go
the
there.
health index of the Indian team looks fine.
yeah.
that's
So,
fine.
all over, you said 338, 320, 320, 340. Okay.
Very close. Close there about.
I hope the
Everyone's
Indian-
expecting 300 plus in essence.
Let's see, it's Mumbai, that's why. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. First ball, Dilshan Madhushanka bowling to Rohit, left arm to Rohit. Let's see how it goes. I think he's overcome that weakness. He
Yeah,
could
yeah.
overcome Bolt in Dharamshala.
And Shaheen Afridi too.
Yeah, he did overcome Shine Afridi also. So yes, let's see how it goes.
And
Madhushanka
what?
slip in place and leg slip in, and it's a 4.
If he bowls like that, then it doesn't matter what hand
Did he get off the mark with a 4 even against New Zealand? Rohit. Yes, I remember he got off the mark with a 4 against
Yes.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Is he doing a Viru, you saying?
Viru, is he doing a Viru?
That
means
five
he-
straight matches,
straight
didn't he?
matches.
That was next.
No, he did it all throughout the World Cup, just
Barring
not
one
in the
match.
final.
Barring
Just the
one
final.
match. Barring one match.
The final.
The final.
Was it?
No, didn't he do it in the final also?
No.
No, he got
Final
out
and-
on the second delivery. If I'm not wrong. LBW.
Wasted a review.
Oh,
Both in the semi-final and the final.
Yeah.
Both times he was plum.
Yep. Okay, so. Oh, he bowled! Oh! Madhushanka gets the ball to come back in.
And once
That
again,
was a good ball.
good ball. Is
And he wasn't
that was a
expecting it.
corker.
And I think that stopped a bit also. It didn't
I didn't
stop.
stop.
No,
It skidded
It
on
didn't
the-
stop. It didn't skid on.
He didn't read it, I think.
Yeah.
He went with the shot. He
Yeah.
didn't
The
read it.
first failure for Rohit.
And against left arm.
Uh-oh.
And against the left
Look
arm.
at that.
seamer.
Look at that.
It did stop. He rolled his fingers over the
That was
ball.
a slow one.
Yeah.
It was
That's
a
why.
cutter, it went through.
Yeah,
the middle.
that's what
He
I
did
was
notice
saying.
it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. Even it looked like that it stopped a bit.
Yeah. Madhushanka and getting the top order cheaply. It happened with Virat in the Asia Cup.
I think we are not a good luck for the
But anyway, so
Indian side.
Rohit
We
is
should just
staying,
end
but
the
this
live.
batting
Yeah.
still. We
Yeah,
end our live
yeah.
and go and enjoy the match. And
Yes,
I'll
we
see you
can.
guys.
We can. Bye bye. See you.
Oh,